Hi Aries, these are your messages for March. I'll be reading for you along with a crossing energy and a possible outcome with some advice. Now, the crossing energy can be you, so it can just literally be a self-reflecting reading, or it can be a job or another person. But let's get started. Take anything that resonates and let anything that doesn't go. Messages for Aries, March. Literally all fire signs got this card. Sagittarius got it, Leo got it. You want to get down? He was fine for the other two videos, but I guess he's over it now. Okay, so for the Knight of Cups, we got the Knight of Cups, the Chariot, and the Nine of Swords for you. I can see how strong you've had to become, like how thick skin you've had to become because of how hard life's been. When I say hard, I don't mean like you have it the worst. You know that there's, like, you're not trying to take a pity here. You're not trying to take pity here. But life hasn't been easy for you, therefore you have thick skin. And having thick skin is not easy because you've learned to manage it to a point where you can still enjoy things, you know? And right now, something you've been putting your heart into something, and you're afraid that it's just gonna wind up being another reason in why you have thick skin to begin with, right? Paranoia. But you've been putting in your heart in something. So crossing energy here. Two of Wands, Four of Cups, Ten of Cups. Two of Wands, Four of Cups, Ten of Cups. Okay, I'm going to read it as you first, as if this was a self-reflection reading. And then if it's a person, I'm going to read it as them. So this person has struggled with balancing literally everything. Because if they're on one end, the other end is there, sure, but they can be consumed by their own passions. And it's just felt like, if this is a person, right? I'm sorry, I'm just like switching off from you and a person, but I'm gonna stick it to if this was a person. This person comes from a past of, like I said, being able to see the world at a very eagle-eye view, at a very like bird's eye view, right? But then being very grounded, very stuck, very it's like this person, why am I getting this, like it's either they're very, very stable or they're very, very unstable. And that's been their problem. And it's caused them to have this sense of just seeing life in a very distasteful way, not being able to see maybe what you're trying to put in with your heart. Okay, so let's say this is a person, if it's a relationship, they're seeing what you're offering, but it's like still not filling up. It's not lighting them up. And they're afraid that if they take this, it's not going to be what they imagined. Now, if you are dealing with work, they're learning to perhaps see what you're offering in a new way, because they're just very discouraged, perhaps, even with what you've been putting in the table. Now, if this is you, that depressive feeling that I was saying earlier of feeling like I'm putting all my heart in this, but I'm afraid. It's like that fear leads to this unstableness, right? But it's not to say that it's always there, Aries. It's not. But that unstableness is what causes unhappiness, dissatisfaction, and feeling like the whole family togetherness, it feels like it's always one step ahead, like it's here, but it's not here. That's a possible outcome. And it's not to say that you're not being grateful. The reason why you think like this is because you're grateful. We're talking about a scale here, like positive, negatives. Yeah, you're struggling. You're struggling because you've been putting your positive somewhere. You've been giving positive somewhere. And, you know, you just want to feel a little bit more happy. You're learning now. You're learning to balance that, to be happy already, because you know you already have it all. You know you are giving yourself what you want. Ace of Swords, Two of Cups, Justice card. Okay. You know, all you need to do, and you know this, all you need to do is say, think, believe the right thing. And what is the right thing? Only you know that. What's right to you, you know? And right is positive, right? Right is, I mean, there's a difference between fact, because I'm not talking about right as in fact, I'm talking about right as in like positives. Thinking, believing in positive ways. We're learning to do that, except in a very general scale. And we believe that way it'll balance everything out, and we'll get what we want. And it's like, yeah, you're right, actually, but only if what you're choosing to believe is actually a positive, wholeheartedly. We can try to kid ourselves by telling ourselves, well, it's not entirely good because because of something, because of anything, right? Then you're only kidding yourself with that balance. Just like how you're imbalanced within yourself, it's going to show with wherever you are putting these cups in, you know, but it doesn't have to be anyone. This person, if it is a person, is willing to take anything that you're offering. They are, or they have, either way. And now all they want is to feel like, okay, well, if I'm gonna do this, if I'm going to take what you're giving, I'm going to give it up to the universe. I'm going to give it up to, God, you can say. And on top of that, they also themselves are going to take a different approach with how they accept things and give things. They're going to be very logical and political in a way, because they're not just going to take. They're going to take and give, but with law and order involved. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily, but it can be. So it's very important, if you're going to choose to give, to not only continue to put your heart into something, but give it your everything. Your everything. Then you better believe a positive foundation. You better have a positive foundation. You better have a positive belief system. One that's not going to just cut, hurt. But one that's going to build, nourish, learn, speak, think in revolutionary new ways that will just bring in so much balance within you, not only out here, like through manifestations, through money, work, blah, 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 but within yourself, to where you are literally only thinking from the root of this belief, right? Only functioning, and anything else is just shedding away. Everyone's going through a shedding moment right now. There's a full moon in Friday. I don't know if it's Friday already. I've been filming for a while. Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday, and there's a full moon in Virgo. Virgo's about spirituality, but she also is connected to the material earth. So it's like a crucial time right now to focus on your spirituality and what feels good with it and what doesn't. And it's also not just following with what you think is your spirituality. What spirituality is? Your heart. It's your heart. Like, spirituality is just a word, but really it's a feeling. It's a way of thinking, right? A way of thinking, we know this. But the way we're thinking connected to with the way we're feeling. So right now, how are you cultivating new ways? Or how have you for like the last 2 weeks? In the next 2 weeks, how have you and how will you cultivate new ways to strengthen your spirituality? Let's get a Dark Mirror Oracle card here. Anytime we find ourselves in a negative mindset in March, what is that? Black flower fragrance. 16. The number 7. 7 is a divine number. Divine. But it can be a great responsibility, this energy of the number 7. There's a lot of responsibility in that divine energy of luck. How are we handling that? And I think being in Aries, you emanate the number 7, the energy of number 7, because you're so strong-willed to just get things done. And you're also cardinal, so you bring revolutions, right? I think when we find ourselves in a negative space, with the black flower fragrance and the number 7, it's just letting you know that even though we know we have control of everything, there are still people around you that, like fragrance, can sense your negativity, whether you are immune to it or not. And that's very hard to accept, especially when we're someone so powerful. But what? How dare you tell me that? But yeah, people can feel that, smell that, sense it. And we might even sense it sometimes too by catching ourselves being this way. Being very stuck into addictive cycles within our own senses. Let's find a oracle card here for Aries. Life and love and joy card. How funny. Furred and feathered friends. Number 27. 9. 7 plus 2. Animals are amazing because they're the ones who can't really sense danger like us humans. Can't really sense negativity like us humans. They literally, they can sense it at some point, but on an overload that we don't even understand. They're like connected on a whole other level. So when they see us, they just accept what we give in that moment rather than really trying to analyze it, because they're connected to everything. I think animals, any type of animal, especially birds is what I'm getting for some reason, is a great way to connect to your negativity. Because sometimes when we look at animals, we can just see them as animals, but they remind us that we're actually no different. You know? What's a life purpose card here? To focus on not only animals, but on love and light. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. Whatever you're doing right now, with work, with keeping yourself happy, just keep doing it. The angels are saying whatever you're doing right now that is healing you, making you feel good, focus on it even more, dive into it even more. But also cultivate other ways, right, of healing yourself, balancing that conversation with yourself, that paranoia, balancing what you do have now in order to gain what you truly want, because there's so much you want. There's so much that if you're dealing with someone, they want as well with you. But there's also a lot of dissatisfaction here. But with new ways of healing yourself, to force yourself to think and only think based off of that belief. And what is that belief for you spiritually? That's what you need to figure out. And animals can help you with that. And birds, anything furry and feathery can help you with that. I hope this helped. I'll talk to you guys another time. Bye. Bye. Say bye, Nim. Say bye.